Welcome to my hallway of remembrance. I wanted to share today about something that happened with me that was very meaningful this week. On Wednesday, my husband and I were enjoying, from start to finish, the day of watching history happen in our country, and I was enjoying every bit of it. But when they started showing some pieces of Washington, D.C., it just put a spark of remembrance in some things that took place in my family. And as I think through when we have moments of remembrance, my own parents who are now gone, and my husband's parents whose father is gone but his mother is 95, must have had those same kind of experiences and thoughts, as well as many, many generations prior to that. I remember even my grandfather, who would every year tear up at the 4th of July when the flag would be raised at his old historic home. And I always wondered in a younger age why he always teared up. And now I think I know. It's that spark of memory of everything. And this is a beautiful memory. And it is one of my own children. That's why I brought you to my hallway, my 3 boys, who then grew up and they have families of their own and our grandchildren. But I'm remembering back from this Wednesday when our president walked into Arlington Cemetery, where there are 400,000 veterans buried. And in the tomb of the unknown, they placed a wreath. And when you think about all of those lives lost, and yet I have that spark of remembrance of the beauty of even where they are, but the spark of remembrance of happenings that have happened in our country. And I'm thinking back of when my middle son Jeremy was in high school back in the 90s. And he was in the drum corps, in the band. They were playing in the streets of Washington, D.C. on the 4th of July. And we came to watch, and we were so proud watching him walk down those streets. And they rode and walked right into the Arlington Cemetery, where they played in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier. And Jeremy was chosen to lay the wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier, just like our president did on Wednesday. And it sparked this memory. He had been chosen because my uncle, my mom's brother, had been buried there as a 3-star general. And I was so proud. And even that night, as the fireworks went over the Washington, D.C. mall area, only back then we were sitting in that mall area, wall-to-wall people, watching those amazing fireworks. And this past Wednesday I watched them again, and I just couldn't help but remember. And then realize and think through those sparkling lights of every single color and kind just totally lighting up the sky. And I think, it's like that reconnective healing experience that takes us to the realization into who we really are. And our home isn't where our true home isn't really where we reside. For me here in Michigan in the United States, but for every single one of us, our home is that eternal home of God, light, the universe. And when we remember that, it just sends these sparks to remind us that we are here to be that light of the world, to spread that light of the world. And the Reconnective Healing Experience, and each time that we are offering that Reconnective Healing Experience to another person, we are lighting up our world. We're lighting it up in hope and compassion and peace and harmony and love and laughter for all of life experiences. the good ones and the bad. See, it lightens up those dark spaces to where we can really be that light in the world. Sometimes it just takes that spark of remembrance to remind us of our true home, our true state of oneness with every single one of us across this globe and in the universe. Thank you for letting me share my beautiful moment, my spark of remembrance from this week. We'll talk again. Tell me about your spark of remembrance as you hear this story. Thanks.